Hi, I'm Jonah Halper and welcome to Infonotmercial.com. Today we're going to be reviewing the Slap Chop. The Slap Chop is the newest product pitched by the infamous Vince Offer of ShamWow fame. Now, Vince claims this is going to do something revolutionary. It's going to change your life. It's going to make you stop crying, and you're even going to love his nuts.
You're gonna love my nuts. Watch this.
But innuendo aside, we're going to take this product and break it down for you and review it so that you will be able to make a decision whether this is an ought to buy or a not to buy. Just took the Slap Chop out of the box, and I'm going to show you how this works. When you press down, it rotates the blade so that you don't cut the same area twice. This is a protective cover that goes on top, or it could be used to cut directly into in case you don't want to cut on a cutting board or something else. Now let's see it in action. We're now going to chop up a few things that Vince did in his pitch for the Slap Chop, and we're going to start with the nuts because everybody loves Vince's nuts. Okay, so we're going to grab a handful of almonds here, and we're going to put them inside the container that they provide us. And let's give this a whirl. As you see, it definitely chops it up, and as he recommends, you could use it for things like ice cream. Now, I gotta be completely candid with you. Pressing down at first was not so simple. I actually had to get it down and break them up to start, which required a significant amount of force, and only once I really got it going was the chopping a lot easier. So let's go crazy and try on something a little bit softer like tomatoes. Well, the last time we did this, we left the whole tomato, we made a big mess. So this time we're gonna give this a shot, cutting the tomato in half. It'll properly fit inside, and then we'll chop away. All right, let's slap chop it. And I'm not sure what you're gonna use this for. Okay, so let's take the other half of the tomato. Let's do it face down. As you can see, this is why I wear an apron, and clearly a Slap Chop is not meant for tomatoes. All right, next up is gonna be the potatoes. Now, again, I'm gonna have to cut this up because the circumference of the Slap Chop isn't very large, and we're gonna have to already take out the knife, cut it in order to be able to use the Slap Chop. So let's give it a shot. Let's cut the potato in half. Let's stick one section underneath the Slap Chop. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, that works really well. Let's put it back inside. All right, very interesting. All right, I guess it does work, you know, if you don't mind it jamming and leaving bits and pieces inside the blade. Okay, so the onion is another thing that Vince uses in his infomercial, and he highlights the fact that you can chop this up and then easily peel the peel right off. So let's give this a shot and see how well that all works. Again, we're gonna have to cut it in half because, God forbid, it should all fit underneath the Slap Chop. Yeah, it does work. Look at that. So the peel comes off. You're left with your diced onions. Okay, now one of the pluses, besides the fact that this is supposed to take the peel off nicely, is that it's supposed to keep you from crying. Vince claims that
Life's hard enough as it is. You don't want to cry anymore.
you know, Vince must be wearing contact lenses because my eyes are a mess. All right, so let's make some breakfast to go, as Vince recommends, and put an egg right underneath the Slap Chop. Breakfast to go, I'm not exactly sure how you're carrying it. You know, it probably is easier to have a whole egg and eat that to go, but if this is your kind of thing, I guess it works. Okay, so we're gonna take this Slap Chop, take it apart just the same way that Vince did in his infomercial. Take off the top, take off this that keeps the blades in place, and let's open it up like a butterfly. Oh, there we go, pull that down, you pull down this and you open it up. Alrighty, so it definitely opens up to expose all the blades. You can see what needs to be clean, but the truth is, my name is Jonah Halper, not Johnny Knoxville, and I'm not exactly comfortable sliding my fingers inside here. All right, so it does a pretty good job cleaning it, but the first thing that comes to my mind is, it's probably a little easier to clean one of these than to clean one of these. I'd like to make note that the slap chop that we used for this demonstration was not the first one we ordered. In fact, there was another slap chop that we started off with, but we found the more we used it, the less it worked. Okay, so let's review the pros and the cons of the slap chop. For the pros, the slap chop opens easily to clean, makes great ice cream toppings, and can slice certain foods well. For the cons, the food often gets stuck to the blades, preventing it from retracting properly. The blade gets worn out pretty quickly. It opens easily, but it's hard to clean the blade. Many foods need to be sliced first in order to fit. There are similar and cheaper appliances available on the market. Bottom line, there's really nothing special about the slap chop. Nothing that a knife can't do. You have something else to wash, something else to clean, something else to dry, and something else to store. When a knife is perfectly acceptable for anybody serious in the kitchen. Vince, your ads are entertaining, but it's gonna take a lot more than the slap chop to make America skinny. Sorry. Thank you for watching. I'm Jonah Halper, and make sure to check out infonotmercial.com for our other great reviews.